after a while, and especially coming to the end of the year, I would like to just have a quick discussion about the collective of things that have taken place that pretty much show what the title of this video is. First, let's listen to something real quick.
The people that were on Epstein Island, confirmed by multiple sources: Bill Clinton, George Mitchell, Alex Baldwin, Ralph Fiennes, George Hamilton, Dustin Hoffman, Kevin Spacey, Liz Hurley, Laura Hunt, Janice Dixon, Naomi Campbell, Christy Turlington, Henry Kissinger, which may be one of the most evil men on the world.
He is, yeah.
Joan Rivers, Courtney Love, Mick Jagger, Courtney Guest, Phil Collins, Simon LeBon, Charlie Rose of PBS, Richard Branson, Candace Bushel, Tom Ford, Vera Wang, Nadia Byerlin, Co Stark, and here's some more: Seth Green, James Gunn, Dan Schneider, Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, Stephen Colbert, Kevin Spacey, Kathy Griffin, Oprah Winfrey, Sean Carter, Beyonce Knowles, Anthony Kiedis, John.
I'm playing that because of the Rolodex of things I'm about to go through. So the main thing that's stopping Black people from seeing their own self-destruction, or these Indians, is entertainment industry. It has been the boasting and bragging that has been destroying it. You guys have always had talent. You know what I'm saying? But Duke Ellington was making money without the TV. They didn't need to perform at these events and these shows for these other people to make money. They were already making money. But they get rid of that and they put you in the industry, or now you're in the entertainment industry. It seems like the more you have been entertaining, the worse off your people have been getting. When y'all used to do little speakeasies and stuff like that, the cash was right there, it was given to you. Wasn't no middleman, wasn't no big industry, taking all your money. It's like, it was y'all. You ever doing business with each other. Seeing how everything's coming to a head. The worshiping of African studies is pretty much pointless because you're not in Africa, so you cannot help them at all with what you're doing. You're not going to economically make them rise. Now, the true reason that people will say that Black Americans got into African studies was for a sense of pride, because they had nothing to look up to. Everything was white. This is not true. And this is where they're trying to exterminate us. You can see it, because why wouldn't they tell you that you made the helicopter? Why wouldn't you know that you invented the propeller, the roller coaster, like all the great inventions that you made, the modern bed? Why wouldn't they give you this information? Because it's the same reason you went to Africa for inspiration. That's the secret. See? The point is to make them implode, destroy themselves. Excuse me. We can use TV stories and police beatings, and you can use all that stuff you want, but you always have to remember, you never needed their indoctrinations. I only mess with the holy books for allegorical purposes because it's what's running and governing the world. But I know I didn't need that to build, the pyramids and the villages and the structures that I had in America. I didn't need any of that. I didn't have any of that. When they talk about similarities, okay, being similar is not being something. All that stuff is programming. That's why people in the church are jumping around and talking about Holy Ghost and stuff, it's all an act. It's fake. No Holy Ghost. I've been to church. I've had a person try to push me and fall. Didn't work. It's not real. These are actors. These are paid actors. It's all 501c3. All of them are. Even like the Muslim mosques and stuff like that. Why do you think they don't teach like they used to, even though they was fake too? But why do you think they don't talk about Shaitan and how the white man is evil? And it says it right in the Quran. It says that he's the evil one. So it's like, why are they talking like that? And why do the whites of today back up the Muslims so tough? Why are they always talking about anti-Muslim extremists and anti-Semitism? Why are they always doing that? Now you remember this Epstein Island, all these celebrities and business people are around. Okay, isn't that the higher ups? Isn't that the money? Who do we say has all the money? Jew man. So who's really hiding your history? Who's hiding your 50,000 patents? Is it the old evil white man, or is he a slave too? All I'm telling y'all is you guys are the Indians. The Siberian thing is a joke because nobody's ever going to call them colored people. You're not. And it's on record that the Indians were called colors. For some weird reason, the colored water fountain, you've never seen one of these Siberian Indians drinking out of. You've never seen a Hindu drinking out of a colored water fountain. But they're supposedly the people of color. Why don't you ever see them in these civil rights? Remember, they were there too. They were there too. Always remember that. That's how these foreigners got in, was through the 60s. They were marching in these marches with you. So why don't they have any iconic pictures with you? Only sitting there, with like some I guess flour or something they threw on people at the luncheons. But no. Why don't we have any pictures of these colored foreigners drinking out of the colored water fountain? Why don't we have any footage or pictures of these Siberian Native Americans drinking out of the colored water fountains? You only have a certain group of people drinking out of these water fountains. But on paper, it's documented that the Indians were turned into mulattoes than colors. Okay, when it comes to the word colored, there's only one group you're going to associate them with, and that's the Negro. But wait a minute. I thought they're not the same person. The Russian and the Japanese dude will never be the same person. Nobody's ever going to say they're the same person. Nobody's ever going to say the white and the Mexican or the Latin is the same person. So why only in the history of the world has this happened one time? And it's with these Indians and these so-called Africans, but they're not. They're some Negroes. Okay, here's the weird thing. Why in the beginning of doing this did a group appear and a group disappear? What do I mean? Everybody needs to get it in their head that they created a group called the Latinos. They do not exist. That is a minority. I mean, not a minority. It's a ethnicity. That is an ethnicity. See, China can be a nation. Okay, fine. Japan can be a nation. Okay, it's fine. But that's still not a race. That's an ethnicity. You can claim nationality, but that's still not a race. Why am I saying that? Because the race is Asian. The race is Asian. You know what I'm saying? The Latino, look how masonry, wizardry they work on this shit. They call them the Latino, but they speak Spanish. But there is no Spanish. It's a ish. Why? Because it's kind of like Latin. So they're telling the truth about what these people are. If you're going to claim there's something, they would be Latin. But wait, Latin's a language created by some Moors. You can't claim the Moor as a Latin. That doesn't make any sense. It's just a language. So they get rid of the original Indian. and then they create the Native American. But at the same time, they get rid of the Moors in history and they create the Latino. See, this is what people don't get. What happened to these people? How did the Moor just disappear? How did the original Indian disappear? Now, I'm not calling them the same person, but what I'm saying is you see that they did this. It really happened. Two races were created when the ramshack of America took place. Two races were created, the Latino and the Native American. Those are not the cigar store replicas of the original Indians. You can tell. That's not the Masonic apron Indian. You can tell. These are not them. They weren't no fucking Asians. So it's like, why is the white boy rapping these people on the original, the old school stuff? Why are they rapping these people? And then once they integrate people and then they bring all these foreigners in, then they make this commercial pale-face Indian. And then you have all these stories about, the Indians and the cowboy movies and all that stuff. But most of that is replicas of the Wild Bill Circus. You cannot get someone that you have stolen their land from, burnt and pillaged their people, to play with you. Because a circus is a circus. It's all stage. It's acting. So how are these real Indians having these plays with this real white dude who really took their land? That makes no sense. And if you notice, they can't get y'all to do it in a large array. They can't get y'all to play these slave roles in a large array. How many roles did Oprah play? Like, look at it. You gotta look at the certain characters they use. Oprah and Danny Glover, they both played two of them motherfuckers. She played in Color Purple, so did he, and then they both played in Beloved. How often do you get people to play these roles? Wasn't that often at all. You know what I'm saying? Kunta ended up being Reed Rainbow and on Star Trek. Look what he got for playing that role. You know what I'm saying? That's how fucking serious they wanted to brainwash him. They gave this nigga everything. They put him on Star Trek. He's the nigga on Star Trek. And he's part of the good guys. He's not that monster thing that the other black dude was. No. He's part of the good guys. He's blind. So is Stevie Wonder. Who cares? He gets that. He gets Reading Rainbow. He gets a children's show. He gets, you know how much money Reading Rainbow made? Come on, man. That's up there with Mr. Rogers. That's up there with Mr. Rogers, bro. It's not Pee-wee's Playhouse, that situation with him and the movie did was like, bro, those shows are syndicated forever. Like, those are learning shows. Like, people will always go there. How does a nigga score a role like that? I don't know, playing a slave. A lot of the truth of the matter is it's an illusion anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's staged. It's feelings. They tag to your emotions. Okay, but Epstein Island is real, and all these celebrities are connected with it. Black ones too. Okay, all these fraternities are they talking about female teens are turning up with more HIV than male teens. That's saying something. And I know people don't want to admit what that's saying. That's saying that they're not getting AIDS from fucking men. It's not men doing it. It's women doing it. Women are having AIDS. You know why? Because women are freaks. I'm not saying all of them, but they'll give a dude who just did 10 years in the penitentiary a chance, not realizing he might have been sleeping with dudes the whole time. We're like that. And the street girls love the street dudes. You know what I'm saying? They're the more promiscuous ones. So it's like, who's going to be more into bisexual activity? Probably more the street girls. It's not going to be the, raised proper person. That's not going to be it. So why is that going on? Because the whole point is to destroy us. But it's only if you listen to the propaganda. If you really fall for the world, this is what they were talking about. This is the allegory about not loving the world, you know what I'm saying, and being not a secular person. This is really what they were talking about. They're not saying don't travel the world. No, they're saying don't feed into the bull crap that the world does. And that doesn't mean different people, different cultures, different ways of life. That's not what it's talking about. It's talking about the groupthink, the robots, the zombies, the ones that all have to have LV on their purse, the ones that have to drink a particular coffee because it's this name brand, the ones who are the puppets. That is what we're talking about. That's the world that we're talking about. You don't get caught up in the programming. Don't get caught up in the programming. I believe if a person lies to a person and tells them they're from somewhere else and they're not, if a person sets up a program system of education that is going to leave out all your inspiration, is going to leave out all the great things that you did, and it's just going to boast this person up and make them seem like they're great. It's clear that these weren't our schools and we weren't supposed to integrate into them. But who did that? Who did the Brown versus the board and the marching for, voting in their elections and all? And people were like, yeah, well, blacks were getting taxed anyway. Yes, this is true. But it could have been done different. You could have still had, you could have got funding. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all claim y'all doing now. Y'all claim now y'all want funding from the government. Okay, that's what you should have did. You should have did funding for your own schools, your own buildings. You shouldn't have did no damn integrating into their thing, trying to make them, teach you their programming. Remember, it's for their kids. It's their school, their curriculum. They're going to be on top. That's how nations work. You think people in Czechoslovakia are putting up Americans over their creators, their founders? What's wrong with you? You think people in Italy are putting up people in Canada over their creators? Who does that? Nobody does that. Okay, so it's their name, their title, their system. Why the hell would they be teaching you anything? Now, here's where my argument come in about us. We have been blessed in this time with the grandest of all things. The greatest gift God could give was the mind. Well, the mind's best friend is this Ethernet. You know why? Because it's a sponge of information. You don't have to go with the programming. You can really look things up for yourself. But see, here's where the plot thickens. You have to care. You have to want to look up things. A lot of people don't know stuff because they're looking up BS. You're looking up discount deals on restaurants and T-shirts. School for you wasn't, because some people look at it like this. Some people graduated and still ain't smart. Some people didn't graduate and are smart as hell. Why? Because it's not that learning is not interesting. It's what you're learning. That's what you need to understand about melanated beings. Some of us, it's not that we're dumb at all. It's what we're learning is bullshit. We know it is. Want to tell me about all this calculus and all these numbers and shit, but wouldn't give me the inspiration to know that I made the roller coaster, which would take the same type of calculation thought process. It would put you more in it. You would be more intrigued in it. You know what I'm saying? The telephone connect machine, all different types of stuff that we made, bro. If you knew that from the jump, you would look at things a lot different. If you knew this was your land from the jump, you would look at things a lot different. You probably wouldn't be out there littering and robbing and not caring. You would understand the economics of things, and you would have your own town, your own businesses. You know what I'm saying? I've literally seen Arabians do it. Seen them take over a whole town. City I came up around and shit. We used to go back and forth and do that motherfucker. All Arabian down now. We like, damn. You have to play the game for what it is. You can't keep not following the rules. You know what I'm saying? Having babies at a wedlock, not making families, you know what I'm saying? Not being a productive person, steadily going to work, or collaborating, working with each other, unifying. You know what I mean? That's black people's biggest problem. We always, I heard Charleston White say something about it. He's like, the good people never win, so you gotta cheat in life. And I'm like, bruh, that sounds like the devil. It's not that you necessarily have to cheat. You have to get rid of the cheaters in leadership positions that you have put there over ego, because that's what people get it off. It's just machismo attitude that never builds anything. It just talk. It sounds good, but it never usually gets any results done. And that's the problem. I get what Charleston White is saying. You're gonna have to play a little dirty, you know what I'm saying, to get up in this game, because it's a dirty game. But why? That's what I'm saying. Who are they hiding? What the hell is an Epstein list? Why are the 50,000 patents not talked about? Like, what are we doing? Do you see it? Like, do y'all see it? You can see it in the political system, the education system, the children, awareness, violence, drugs. It's like, remember that old saying, we don't own no planes, we don't own no boats? That's true, guys. That is very true. So it's like, if they're allowing certain things to go down, like, why would you be pushing? And it's no offense to the Latino, but it's like, why would you be pushing that push if you know drugs come with that regardless? Regardless. We ain't hearing about no Canadian immigrants. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure motherfuckers want to get out their code. You know what I'm saying? Why I'm hearing about a gang of them showing up? Russians and stuff, like, bruh, they right behind us. They right over here. It's like, why is it just certain situations that come with drugs and more problems? Why is it like structured that way? But we're catching the biggest heck of it, and I'm tired of y'all acting like we weak. Shut up. Y'all dunk on everybody every day. Y'all touch down everybody every day. Y'all gave up baseball, but y'all used to home run it all the time. Y'all created half the new stuff that's in it. It's like, bruh. So you're not weak. You know what I'm saying? As far as dumb, you're not really dumb at all, because you have a lot of stuff that's in the background. They're just not showing it to you. But, so you're not dumb. Sexually active, man, shut up, man. I've seen porn that's the stupidest shit on earth. It's the Ethernet, guys. Nobody can say black people are overly sexually active. Everybody over sexually active, motherfucker. I've seen women fucking make porns and hijab speak like, yo, completely disrespectful. But son, I've seen dudes dress up like preachers and nuns and shit. So it's like, bro, everybody out here wilding in that department. So I don't want to hear that shit. Drugs? What? You know what I mean? Republicans showing these little white kids that overdose off fentanyl. So many white kids are dying right now. It's ridiculous. So many white kids is biting the bullet. Like, oh, it's crazy. But don't get it confused. Dudes in the hood been ODing off that lean, perks, anything you can think of. Motherfuckers been dying for a minute. But what I'm saying is, everybody don't have the same fight, guys. Like, everybody don't have the same story. And that's our problem. We keep trying to unite and shit. These motherfuckers ain't trying to unite. They'd have been paid us, bro. They'd have been explored history and, told us some shit. They don't tell us nothing. All they tell us is slave shit. And then some dumb person. I mean, not dumb person, but, he rebelled as a slave. And then no, bro, don't tell us them stories. Like I said, tell us, why didn't you tell us that we invented the roller coaster? Why don't we know that story? I can't wait. I'm going to do that video. I'm going to do a whole video on this dude and how many things that he created. You're going to be like, yo, y'all fucking crazy. Y'all owe us so much shit. Like, are you serious? Fuck slavery. Nigga, fuck that. Nah, fuck that. That ain't even nothing. Nigga, fuck that. Because that wasn't even a person. Remember, they had to fight their way out of that. They shot and bled to get free on that one. Nah. I'm talking about the inventions, because there would be no Disneyland. There would be no Universal Studios. There'd be no Carnival. Like, bro, you wouldn't have any of this shit. If I invented a roller coaster, bro, then how? Like, what? And then here's another thing. I invented the propeller. So that comes with the plane and the helicopter. Okay, now think about the windmill. It's a big ass fucking propeller. So who created that? What's the other thing I was thinking about? In the water and shit, the propeller for the moving of the boat. How could the boat have moved if I created the propeller? It's like, this is some interesting shit, son. Like, too much is there. for it not to be true that they have to be trying to terminate us. Because why would they have us out there marching and fighting in the streets for a crackhead dude? George Floyd was a dope fiend, criminal. Why would we care? They're like, oh, because they killed him. So what? Like, criminals aren't supposed to die. They supposed to do life in jail. Shut that whole shit up. No, man, no. Oh, he didn't kill nobody. Bro, he's a dope fiend with a counterfeit 20 acting stupid. He could have been left. He sat outside. Like, that's why we said it was set up. It's like fake. You know what I'm saying? Because why would you just sit there? Why didn't you leave? You had a fake 20. Why wouldn't you big skedaddle? Like, what? Then, like they said, you died of an overdose. And have nothing to do with the police. Oh, he can't breathe. Nigga, he said that while he was in the car by himself, handcuffed. No, they put him in the car. I can't breathe. They took him out of the car. I can't breathe. Now, Chauvin's on his shoulder and shit. And like he said, I mean, like they say, he did police procedure. That's their procedure. The fuck did he do wrong, motherfucker? Oh, he's leaning on his on his neck. No, he wasn't. He was on his right shoulder, motherfucker. George Floyd wasn't a little dude. He's way up here. So y'all think, and then remember, help me, please. It's like, bro, you already were about to go to the station if you just sat there and just sat in the car. And it's like, all right, whatever. This happens. Rodney King didn't even get no damn statue. There was a gang of police beating the hell out that man. Didn't nobody give him no statue. He got some money. Oh, George Floyd lost his life. Dog, we seen him play this same role on previous videotapes and prior, pullovers where he's been in these situations. He pulls the same moves every time. He figures out. But guess what? So is everybody in the industry. Tasha B. Henderson talking about females don't make enough. It's like, all right, well, check this out. What are you females doing that requires a good amount of money? Like, what action-packed movie did you make that, blew up across the seas? What martial art movie did you make? What fucking science fiction movie that blew up? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm just wondering, like, what do you got to do something to get something? It's like, bro, you ain't came up with no ideas. You ain't came up to none of these directors and, like, brought an idea that'll make some good money. So maybe that's why they don't pay y'all a lot. Maybe that's why. The roles that you're doing is mediocre and deserves mediocre pay. If you're mad at white people, dog, white people be doing some sci-fi shit. They be doing some superhero shit. Like, dog, get creative, motherfucker. Like, that's how I look at it from black point of view. But I also look at it like, well, this is what you sell out deserve. This is what y'all get anyway for doing this stupid illusion and being part of this stuff. Right on yourself. Mad at the industry that you boosted up with the Epstein Island fucks and all these music industry jokers and the Zombie League, and mad things ain't working out for you. Well, kid, maybe they weren't supposed to. Maybe you were doing some shit you weren't supposed to be doing. I don't know. I didn't sign any contracts. I'm not involved. But I'll tell you like this. The spells have been going around long enough to where we should see them now. We should see the whole, synagogue of Satan, you the true Jew. We should see that as another deploy to keep you on the east of things, even though they're doing everything on the west. They are not moving to the east. If you notice, the Corporation of America has not moved to the east. Have they moved to Israel? No. They moved to Africa? No. They moved to Russia? No. It's only y'all be saying some weird shit like, oh, we're the original people from whoop-de-whoop. Well, then why ain't you over in whoop-de-whoop? And here's the other thing. Why the white dude ain't in whoop-de-whoop? He got these certain people there. Because before these boats came with that book, the Redux, because see, they talk about Jamestown in 1500, but hold up, the King James don't come out till 1611. And there still ain't no Indians in it. Or America. So you telling me they came over here in the 1500s, They go back, give some information. They call it Jamestown. It's supposed to be from King James. Okay, so King James ends up writing the redux of the Bible, the KJV, and he still don't mention no damn Indians. No America, nothing. You want me to believe this shit? I think they didn't think people were thinking that far back then. I think y'all were still, indoctrinated slaves to just a belief system. Y'all didn't have a knowing system. See, once the craftsmanship, because see, that's the beauty thing about America, is free. So people were able to make their own schools on what they do. The locksmith, you know what I'm saying? The house builders, you know what I'm saying? People are able to think freely out here in that sense. Then they started making it cost money and all types of other stuff. But it's like, that's how people were able to break out of religious doctrine and dogma and get to the true science of things. Doesn't mean you shouldn't respect the Lord. Doesn't mean you shouldn't have one. But you should understand the fundamental reason of having a Lord. The whole point of the deity is like, and you can have many of them, but supposed to be a ruler of all, or an adder. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Captain Planet. It's like all the rings are creating something. You know what I mean? All the attributes of all the deities are adding up to something. You know what I mean? But we're not doing that right now. Right now, people don't care about that at all. They don't care about that science, period. They're like, God's not real, and it's just about money and power. And we see what that's doing to the group within itself. Because for some reason, during the times that are supposed to be more segregated and more racist, we had more to show for it. I think letting these people around us is what's messing us up. I think that's what it is. And then bringing in this decrepit energy of this like broke person. That strategy is not working. It's just putting a lot of stupid people around money, and they're justifying their ignorance by what they possess, which doesn't mean anything. None of those investments are going to sell out like we've noticed. Most celebrity children are weak, are gay, or homosexual, whatever. We see the turnout. So it's like that can't be the route. And like I said, then you have the Epstein list. We've known about it for years. Okay, now they're finally coming out with it, but it's like we've been knowing this for years. So I'm saying they're trying to exterminate you through your psychology. You know what I'm saying? The way they got you operating. They're trying to destroy you by hiding all your business that you did, so your motivation is shot. You know what I'm saying? They also put you on a fake mission all the way to a place that you're not from. You can clearly tell the story makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? The food wouldn't add up. The travel would be too long. There's no way that they would have made it just clear shot across. There's no mystery islands in the Atlantic. And then, what do you think? This is an Oregon Trail? There's just somebody with fucking cottage on the fucking island with everything they need. Like, knock it off. They're white. How'd they make it in the sun like that? Why didn't they fry? I tell people all the time, because they didn't come that way. If you're already going to believe that they're sailing across the fucking world, why the hell would they do it so stupidly? Why wouldn't they just go up to Europe and go in the Arctic Circle? The Arctic Circle connects everything. Connects Russia, connects Europe, connects Canada. The water is smoother and it's faster. Why wouldn't they just do that? Remember, these are sail ships. They're like, oh, they need wind. They don't. Not if you're pushing. You ain't never seen boats like that on the lower bottom with the pushers? That's why they thought that slavery shit. Oh. That's done. That's how you move people from place to place. Do it in the Arctic Circle. You know what I mean? People don't see That's the argument to the flat earther. It's like, well, what about the Arctic Circle? If it's a circle, nigga, it's round. Like I said, it connects Russia, Europe, and Canada. You can literally sail to all of them. It's a circle. That's the North Pole. So when they talk about Santa Claus and these gifts that he could bring all around the world, why do you think he could travel all around the world? What do you think they're talking about? They're talking about Russia, Canada, Europe, Africa, right under. Everything's right there. Like, that's how you would get across the world, because he's in the North Pole. That's the science behind that analogy. We all know the story's not real, but why would they put him in the North Pole? Why is he able to get it all across the world? That's why. That's the secret. But that's the secret of slavery, too. It's the northern style. That's why the first pilgrims they say they got over here is actually not pilgrims. They say it's the Quakers. And they say they landed on Nantucket. They land way out there. Because they came from Canada, sailed down. Excuse me, you can see it. It's crystal clear. But forget all that. We already know we're not from Africa, because y'all motherfuckers not from Africa. Not. Y'all from 128th Street or Slauson or fucking, wherever. You're sitting sideways in Texas. You're like, come on now. Y'all know y'all ain't never been over there. And y'all know there's no benefit in y'all being over there when you have outdone them. They're just hiding all your patents. People talk about pyramids. Pyramids over here. People talk about creations. Creations over here. All right, but what is over here that's not in Africa? Jazz, blues, rock and roll. Yeah, that's cool. But neither is roller coaster. Neither is a stoplight. The lock itself, the lock that you guys know, the lock with the key on it. The horseshoe. Motherfuckers wouldn't even have damn horseshoes, wasn't it? Motherfuckers fucking up the horses and shit. Niggas wasn't even lasting that long. I got them standing straight, doing good. So that also means I'm into horseshoe hooving. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it clean and fresh and shit. Because I don't know if y'all know about horses, but yo, that whatever the hell that is, yo, that shit can grow. Motherfucking heels be big, and motherfucker, if you don't take care of your horse, be all fucked up. Hey, the horseshoe, man. A lot of different things. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different things. I'm saying all that to say this. We gotta wisen up and see that, hey man, y'all can have podcasts and y'all can talk to each other and what I'm saying, build with each other. That's great. That's always good. But if we don't see that the hidden stuff has to be from a hidden force that nobody wants to believe is real, because I don't know what the hell is wrong with these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers physically move. They shoot people, sell drugs, all types of shit. I'm just talking about people in general. But they wouldn't believe that an inner sanctum could be in the back watching all of them, programming all of this shit. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You got to be dumb as hell to think that motherfuckers don't have corporations and collaborations and conglomerations. You know what I'm saying? What conglomerates. You know what I'm saying? Fucking commissions and shit. And it's like, bro, they know what they're doing. But I'm saying, why? Because we the golden child, we the golden ticket, motherfucker. This is the last story of all stories. This is the last one. The hidden truth about what happened over here. And they're trying to exterminate the original people, but y'all keep creating and coming up with all types of shit. It's just now y'all not united. Y'all not like y'all was in the 30s and 40s, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It used to be cool. Black people walking down the street, you know what I'm saying? 2 a.m, fresh from, the Renaissance dance. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their best pearls on and everybody was safe, man. Yeah, there was gangsters around, but there was rules. You know what I'm saying? It's protocol. You don't do certain things, player. You know what I'm saying? We don't do certain things, player. We don't rob the innocent, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the mafia. We only kill our own, right? We only fuck with the criminals, right? Now, loose cannons shooting innocent people. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think black people used to have hostages. I don't even think we used to like hold people like, I'll kill her. You don't give it. I don't even think we was doing that. Like, I don't even hear no stories like that. Like, it was a different mind state. We got to get back into this mind state. It's the unity. It's the only thing that's missing. Y'all got trash. Y'all got class. Y'all can talk crap. Y'all can scrap. Y'all can dunk a ball. You can run one too. You can do everything that you can possibly do. But come together. And that's what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? So rejoice. And, you know, I know people want this video to be all crucial and shit. It is crucial. It's crucial to the times because it's like, look at all the information you have and then look what's really going on. If you put two and two together, then you must see that nigga is 34 trillion in debt. What they trying to do? They trying to topple the whole thing, so we ain't gonna have nowhere to go, but just have the truth and be lost. And they have a bunch of other people that don't understand nothing, a bunch of loose cannons running around like chickens with their head cut off. Like, we'll never win like that. So, I'm saying strategize, peep the board, get your knowledge right. Go.